Howdy folks, I hope you're all well. Today I am in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Picked this up, the full premium deluxe version with all the bits, all singing, all dancing. Yeah, it's alright. It's pretty good. When the community developers obviously are already getting hold of it, like your Aerosoft and your Coronados and your Orbix type people, and they're making it look good. The scenery is fantastic. It really is pretty much unfaultable, really. Flew down to Cornwall yesterday. I didn't record it because I was still getting used to it, and I pretty much buried the landing and the approach. Haven't flown for a little while. Haven't done a video for a little while. I do enjoy making the videos, but I just don't get the time to play games as much anymore, with work being so busy and having worked through the lockdown. This is a King Air 350. We are at RAF Northholt. I've just flown up from Dunkeswell Aerodrome in Exeter, and I recorded the whole thing and realised that there was no audio to it, so you couldn't hear anything other than my droney voice. So apologies for that. You won't be seeing that video. However, I brought 6 VIPs up from Dunkeswell to RAF Northholt. Nice little approach in over London, and we're now going to take some more people. We're going to take 6 people to Bordeaux Airport down in the south of France, and this is what the route's going to look like. Okay, so Northolt's here, or RAF Northolt. This is London Heathrow. It's going to take us out over Henley. Or Henton, sorry, I think that is, yeah, Henton, over Compton, which is like Reading way, I believe, if I'm correct. Might be a bit further than Reading, actually. Reading's about here, isn't it? So that's sort of Oxford way, really, I suppose. Down over the southeast coast, over the north of France. Paris Charles de Gaulle's over here, so it's going to take us west of Paris, down through Vallée de l'Ar, I believe that's how you pronounce that, Bellegarde, and then across to Bordeaux Merinac Airport, where we are going to land at runway 22, I believe it is. I'll double check that. So arriving 23, runway 23. We're going to be arriving on, and that's the longest runway there. From the map, when you load in, you can see that the other live players were on live traffic. London was quite busy. The approach that I took in from Northolt comes in via Ockham. For those of you that fly London regularly, you will know Ockham. It is down here somewhere. In via Ockham, and then pretty much over the approach for runway 09. I think it's 09 for Heathrow. The other end of 27, basically. So there was aircraft coming in, and the AI ATC vectored me in, and it did an okay job. It's a little bit clunky. The altitude that it put me in at was a little bit questionable. That it wanted me to descend to was a little bit questionable. However, we are going to fly on over to Bordeaux and drop our VIPs off. I had a quick look at the NOTAMs. There's drone operating outside Northolt. There's nothing too dramatic. Cloud invisibility is okay down in Merinac in Bordeaux. The wind's variable at 3 knots, so it's not really going to make much of a difference to us. We need to land on the long runway. Here at Northholt, a few broken clouds, 4,500. We're taking off from runway 25 is the active at the moment. Again, there's broken clouds of 15,000. Winds 250 at 3 knots, so it's bang on into a headwind. Bang on, the wind's blowing pretty much directly down the runway at 3 knots, so we've got headwind, no problem, no crosswind, which is good. So we'll crack straight on, and we'll get started up. I've got the charts open here on Navigraph. We are on parking stand 18 at the moment, as it stands. They towed the aircraft over from where I put it, because I left it on the other side of the airfield. That's where we dropped the VIPs off. Okie doke. I've got a Beechcraft checklist. I've got a King Air 350 checklist. So pre-start checklist. Parking brake is set. Throttles are idle. Batteries off. Avionics off. Flaps up. Propeller governor is in the low RPM, and we'll leave that as that. Fuel is cut off. Landing gear is down. Batteries we will put on, but first of all we will make sure that we're in external power.
Engaging autopilot.
Battery panel on. Fuel quantity is good. Anti-ice test and check. That is the windshield anti-ice. Where is the fuel? The engine anti-ice? Because should be engine anti-ice as well. I'm missing something. Okay, transponders on standby at the moment. We haven't got our clearance. We'll grab our clearance from the ATC. I've already listened to the ATC.
Northholt ground Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform IFR to Merinac ready to copy.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform is cleared to Merinac Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 25 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 129.125 squawk 4306.
So going up to 10,000, straight up to 10,000, no messing around, that's what we like.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform, please acknowledge.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform cleared to Merinac Airport as filed.
4306.
Takeoff runway 25 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 129.125 squawk 4306.
GPS not VOR.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform readback is
fuel
correct.
damper flight
Contact
directives.
ground on 121.575 when ready to taxi.
We're gonna push back.
Northholt ground Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform requesting pushback.
We're gonna
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform
for
pushback
takeoff.
request accepted.
set the trim for takeoff. I want to push back to the left because
Northholt
we are
ground
going
Beechcraft X-ray 52
down
Zulu uniform
Bravo, which is
requesting
over
pushback touch to steer the aircraft to the left.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform, your request has been
down
transmitted to the
Bravo
operator.
onto Alpha and then hold short of 25. Brakes are off.
Northholt ground Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform requesting the end of pushback.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform request to end pushback received.
Oral warning,
Okay, we've got our
okay.
clearance. We are now going to look for a startup, so we get the beacon on. Check our route is in properly, which it is. Happy days. It's going to take us 5 hours to get down there. 5 hours 31 is what it's saying. Sorry, no, it's not. That's 5 minutes and 31 seconds. I was going to say that'd be ridiculous. It should be an hour 44 to get there. 5 minutes and 31 seconds. That is until the next waypoint. Let's check that's correct. Okay, cool. We'll have vertical speed as well, and we will be climbing at 1800 feet per minute. We will go from ground power to the central bus. And we're going to start the engine, starting left. And bring in the fuel. ITT and props good. Doors are closed, throttles are idle, engine ignitions are on, fuel pressure's good, and we get the nav lights on. Avionics are already on. Squash master caution, get left-hand generator on, and left-hand gen. Right-hand engine. That's Bravo there. Round. Hold short 25. Bring the fuel in. Watching the ITT and the RPM. The fuel all the way in. Okay, before taxi. EDI on, EFIS on. Flight plan is filed, weather's good and checked, nav lights are on, we'll get the taxi lights on. Ice protection sorted. Happy days. Get the ignition off, get the right-hand generator on. Bus, back to the central bus, and we are nearly good to go. Fuel pressure's coming up. RPM up for taxi. Runway heading 250. Avionics generator. Okay, taxi lights, heading indicator, altimeter is set, flight director is on, yaw damper is on. Auto feathers in the arm position, anti-ice is as required, and the time, note the time, 14:12. On schedule for 14:15 departure. Pitot heat on, and all lights are out, so let's go. I hate this ATC thing.
Northholt, ground Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform with Quebec ready to taxi IFR.
Taxi because
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform taxi to and hold short of runway 25 via taxiway. Contact tower on 120.675 when ready.
Just say taxi via taxiway, which is always handy. So that's runway 25 that we're going to be taking off from.
Taxi
It's
to
quite
and hold
long,
short
indeed.
runway 25 using taxiway Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform.
Bring the RPM down rapid.
Northholt Tower Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform ready for departure runway 25 IFR to Merinac.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform altimeter 30.21 wind 252 and 5. Cleared for takeoff runway 25.
252 and 5. Okie dokie.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform, please acknowledge.
Let's get the strobes on before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff, fuel quantity check, propeller governor, elevator trim, radios,
Beechcraft
avionics.
2 Zulu uniform, did you copy?
Yes, I did copy. It's a lot easier with a human on VATSIM.
Cleared for takeoff runway 25
Roads,
Beechcraft
avionics,
X-ray
landing lights,
52
taxi
Zulu
lights
uniform.
are off. Engine instruments are all good. Strobes are on. Pitot heat's on. Anti-ice protection's on. Transponder is set, and we need to start the clock because we are going. Flaps to rim, and let's go. V speeds are set. V1 is 75 knots. I've got track IR running. I recently bought myself an Oculus Rift, but I just don't think the quality of the Rift S, the even the Rift S doesn't do this game or the visuals justice. It's very immersive, and they haven't got controller support yet, as far as I'm aware. So, well, not that I found anyway. I haven't been able to use my controllers, so that's what done it for me. Right, let's go. Let's get the RPM up. %. Try and keep it on a straight line. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform contact Northholt departure on 129.125.
129.125 Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform.
Pilot on.
Northholt departure Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform is passing 1,800 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform Northholt departure altimeter 30.21 continuous planned.
Continuous planned. Happy bloody days. The prop ice protection is on. However, earlier on when I flew up from Exeter, we did have a little bit of ice forming on the engine cowling, so we'll see how that goes. After takeoff checklist. Flaps, no longer need them. Put them up. Landing gears up. Autopilot set. Check weather report, and we're going for the trans altitude, which is 10,000. Let's have another look at the weather report. Pretty much still the same. Happy days. Yes, bit of a conflab. I just haven't had much time recently, so that's why I haven't done any videos. I do want to sort of do a little bit of DCS, get a little bit of this done. Maybe look at doing some more armour stuff at some point. Hopefully people enjoy the videos. Some people seem to watch them, so hopefully somebody out there will be, God knows however long of your life you never get back. Born Oculus Rift, I've been knocking around with that for the past couple of weeks, playing Hot Dogs, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, H3VR, I've played a bit of Onward. Great fun, really immersive. Played DCS with the Oculus, really good. Played this with the Oculus, but I just don't find it does it much justice. the graphics and the visuals. But it is immersive. I was flying the DAE-62 down around Cornwall. There's a Perranporth. You can buy the Perranporth airfield for this. I think it's about £6, and that was really, really good. Just to fly around Cornwall. And the scenery was incredible. The scenery in this really is amazing, as I've probably already said. And hopefully you'll see some of it shortly. But we are obviously going above the clouds. The transit altitude is obviously 10,000 feet, and then hopefully they're going to grant us up to 15,000 after that. And then after that we'll probably request up to 20,000.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform, contact London Centre on 118.475.
It's at London Centre, which is very, very busy.
Going to 118.475 Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform.
Tune to London Centre. Let's see what else is about. You can see all the aircraft here with the traffic coming into Heathrow. It's two in a queue there.
Busy 870, you are 50 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 08 left approach.
Very, very busy.
London Centre Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform 9,900 feet.
Beechcraft X-ray 52 Zulu uniform London Centre altimeter 30.19er. Continue to Hotel Echo November as planned.
Okay, we're overhead.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb, maintain flight level 180.
Descend and maintain 2,200 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 08 left approach easy 870.
Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform, did you copy?
Climb and maintain flight level 180 Beechcraft 2 Zulu
180
uniform.
suits us, and then hopefully we'll go up to 20,000, which will be our cruising altitude.
London Centre Speedbird 2658 is passing 1,200 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Speedbird 265 London Centre altimeter 30.19er. Continue as planned.
That wasn't on. Ah. These are all inoperative, so that's fine. Happy days. Windshield protection is on. Get buffered about here in the clouds a little bit. There's some new games coming out, which the end of this year, which look quite good. And there's a couple of new ones that I've been playing as well. I think it's Non-Stop, which is the SWAT 4 remake. Essentially, looks really good. And I've also been going back to sort of Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2, which I've been really enjoying. Right.
Speedbird 265 please expedite your climb 10,000 feet.
Right, I've got to mess around with some stuff, folks. I need to sort myself some lunch out, and I also need to play around with some settings. So what I will do is I will leave you be, and I will get back in touch with you during the flight, a little bit further down the route when we're over the crossing, over the channel crossing maybe, and when I've got some updates. And then after that will be the top of the descent coming down, forming our approach. So we'll see shortly. Just looking at the climb checklist quickly, folks. Obviously, landing lights can come off for above 10,000 feet. The annunciator lights, there's none. And we are checked and set on the autopilot climbing to flight level 180.
Please expedite your climb 5,000 feet.
And that's it from me until the next update, really. We're still over the UK. You can see lots and lots of traffic in London. It's probably not a million miles away from what it would look like in real life. Probably a few more aircraft, but realistically it's good. It's nice to see other aircraft flying around and know that it's a real player. Obviously I know you get that on VATSIM as well. I don't know if VATSIM is operating on MS 2020 yet.
Uniform. Did you hear my last transmission?
They're asking for me. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Beechcraft 2 Zulu uniform.
230. Okay, up we go.
269er. 8, please expedite your climb 10,000 feet.
Folks, we're just coming over the French coast now. The waypoint Etretat. Sun's come out, we're above the clouds.
Engaging autopilot.